Hi, it's Sarah Jane from Access Your True Nature with your daily dose of medicine. And yeah, it's been an awesome day for me. I have had some great moments today with clients where I've shown them how to get out of the programming of poverty and sacrifice and sickness and disease, because I've been there, and I just marvel every day that I get to show up in this space. And I know how hard it is to get back to your true nature and get aligned with yourself and your gifts of who you want to be now that you've changed that, and what are you going to choose as your base life. And that's the choice that only you get to choose. And for me, it's that internal game. There's no such thing as time either. You know, it's just like you can make it as hard as you want to make it. Everything is a lesson. Everything is a gift. And you get to decide whether you are going to learn your lessons in a graceful way that's harmonious, or whether you want to choose suffering instead, because every one of us is here to learn and experience and grow. And it's all feedback, you know, to look at what's not working and what is. It's all a choice, and suffering is optional. So, you know, what I wanted to just share with you, and I don't know if you know this, but by the time you're 35, I think 96% of your thoughts, feelings, and actions are all memorized. They're deeply programmed in. And your body gets addicted to that chemical response of what you've been programmed into as your identity. So, you know, for instance, if you have been programmed with poverty and scarcity and life being hard and it's all about sacrifice and struggle, that's how you become to feel as your normal. It's a chemical reaction in your body that's responding to those belief systems. And this is where we find ways that our ego mind wants to create ways to trigger us to try and keep us in this comfort zone, because this is really what we're addicted to. And what we need to understand is that if your operating systems are not saying something different, you're actually still choosing the same thing over and over again with a different result, no different result. So, you know, just push pause and just know that Einstein said no problem can be solved from the same state that it's created. So if one state of being is feeling, and your feelings and your beliefs are, I'm not worthy and deserving of this, and that poverty is all that I know and I have to stay there, then you have to be open to realize that you're going to attract that you're not receiving money, and that's when you can't manifest things. So I want you to just take on this little thought of acting as your future self, as your wise woman that's always known that you're here to thrive. And look at the words that you're using and the feelings that you're having, and that they're not matching up, that you're out of congruence, you're out of alignment. And where you're still choosing those reactions and those patterns and beliefs from the things that are a reference to your old historical culture. You know, when you actually access your true nature, you're not acting from your old self anymore. So, you know I have a lot of free stuff out there. And you know, I've just launched the Gifted Life Project, which is a beautiful invitation, 8 weeks intensive, where we're going to blast through some of these old belief systems and get to the root cause of what's causing you the suffering, and get you safe so that you get the success and the results, and that they come in the gifts that you're here to give and to receive from the world. So if you're tired of doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result, and you're exhausted and you're feeling trapped or suffocated by the places where you have put yourself out of choice, this 8 weeks is going to give you some massive insight into how to start rewiring your nervous system, how to start to tap into the gifts that you are, and be your own medicine, be your own cheerleader, from a place of empowering you to share your gifts and choose a moment at a time. Give yourself a different operation so your standard operating procedure changes, because these new neural pathways are being formed in the training, that you're not unconsciously doing things that you don't want, that you don't get what you want. Does that make sense? Give me some love, give me some hearts. Hi Asa, hi Michelle. So what if this is the year that you start to do things differently, where you start to really choose to look within? You know, I'm choosing to show up more as this beacon of light, the sunshine, the gift that you are, so that I can show you just how amazing you are, so that I can show up in more deep and powerful ways to support you in getting out of the old traumas, to get out of the old stories that are keeping you stuck, and start editing your Akashic record, your book of life. It's written. Your gifts were always there. You came in joyful. You came in gifted. And I want you to know what a gift you are in the world already. You know, it's really interesting. You know, as we start to look at these limiting beliefs, to believe what we think we are, that we're so trained and programmed in, as we hit the comfort zones of what's next and we allow ourselves to receive at a greater degree of love that the world is offering to you, how easily things start to show up. And how easy it is to keep in those old programs and belief systems of where we want to keep ourselves safe based on what we know. And it's interesting because I've had some funny stuff showing up with my eye again this week. And I was really looking at, wow, what is it that I'm not wanting to see or avoiding seeing? And it's my right eye. So it's all this fear of, you know, moving forward and where I'm not willing to receive. And where are the lines blurring for me? And maybe you can relate to where you not choosing, or you are choosing and you're committing and not following through. Or how about you're committing to something you didn't choose? You know, whether you were assigned that or it was given to you by somebody else. And there's always a version of that story going on somewhere in you. So you want to be able to put yourself back in a place of choosing to commit to the results that you want every single day. You know, not just once in a blue moon, but every single day. The evidence of that, the action of that you're taking is what you're going to make you confident in your gift. So either you're spectating and you're looking from the sidelines, or you're going to lead your life into giftedness. So, you know, when I was looking at this crazy stuff that's going on with my eye again, you know, I was realizing that there is a lot of stuff on the internal dialogue in my body parts, in my eye, of looking at what am I avoiding? Is this my avoidance, or is it the world's avoidance of what's going on right now? And what do I need to take care of for myself? You know, because it's all connected to everything. We're connected to the outside and we're connected to our body. And I went like, wow, you know, what's really was coming up for me was that I was finding myself in places where I'm about to launch and roll some really different things, and some of the most life-changing tools that I have ever used as far as healing from trauma, really getting into the root cause resolution of things, and really bringing that out in a bigger, better way that can reach more people. And one of the ways that you can start that is in the Gifted Life Project. That's starting 1st of February, because it's time, people. It's time to give more. And I want to give these gifts to you on a deeper sense of healing, that you actually get to empower yourself to change. And I was looking at, wow, how much is my life going to choose if I start to push people's buttons more and get them to see the things they don't want to look at, and making myself wrong for it. And I was avoiding a lot of what I needed to see as the vision that I held, in the fear of what I'm afraid of, and go anyway, because this work's far too important. Yay, thank you, Michelle, to not share with you. And you know, that's the salmon swimming upstream. That's the leaders, the misfits, the creatives, the dreamers. We're always swimming upstream. And I had to look at how I'm about to launch myself into a new cycle, a new expansion of my business that I don't know if I can see all the pieces fully, and that's okay. You know, this is an expanded space of possibility that I have absolutely no idea what it's going to look like. So I had to look at am I willing to receive at this level? In this place of receiving and giving at a whole new level, that I can receive at this degree, and I can maybe free my more time up to do more of the work that I love with animals in the wild, and that it's not about accumulating more. Everything's drawn from inspiration. And, you know, when I was looking at creating the Gifted Life Project, for example, and I was asking the entity, the body of the work, what it wanted to be, it didn't want to be a high-end, expensive, or long program or membership club. It wanted to reach as many people as possible now, at the beginning of 2017, a new one of a 9-year cycle. And I could have replaced that with another high-end one-on-one private that I would have earned more money with. But it wanted to come into the world as a gift of a group, of a collective. And I had to get out of the way and stop avoiding what I wanted it to look like. I always tell people, if you're going to do that, you're going to kill your business. Don't make it about the money. You got to tap into your gifts so that they keep on giving to you that which you're wanting to give forward, and pay for it, and give it generously. It doesn't matter what you care about. You got to care so much that you don't care, because it's the energy, the vibration, the divine contract, the feeling of I am meant to show up in a group. And I am meant to hold that light for a collective of people that are running with me, that want the same things, that we can together create a bigger shift at a deeper degree. It's not about the numbers or the money. It's really very much about what does this want to be, and moving it. It's not me about going over more and getting out there and reaching people that aren't ready to receive this. No. What do I mean by all this? I feel like I'm rambling, but it's about being in the energy. I guess I want you to feel into what is the state of being, of wealth, of abundance that you already have. It's not about the money. You know, people think that people with money are wealthy. That is not true. We all know that. What is your currency? What is your wealth set point? And how is it ready to expand for you in accepting and receiving? You know, I do and create on I'm inspired to give, because I'm just an open vessel. I'm a channel for whatever wants to come through us. I want that for you. It's no doing there. It's just about allowance. It's about what does this feel good? It's not about doing things because you need to accumulate more. This is my human experience. It's your human experience. I want to grow and live and give and gain more through my own experience so I can give it more. I get to share that, and I want to do that from a powerful place of giving more value so I can receive more value. You know, just tune in. I want you to just tune into what do you want to create right now, rather than make it about an external construct, right? And I talked about this last night. You know, there's money programs. I want to get back into expansive conscious relationships. I want to expand out on my animal communication work. There's so much that I want to create all the time, and there's so many ways that sensitive, intuitive, heart-based women, entrepreneurs, we're doing it together. And that's what the Gifted Life Project is about. There's just so much that wants to come through me right now. And I realized that that's what needed my full divided attention and focus on, so that my eye could stop giving me trouble. You know, all of a sudden, those lines that were getting blurry, and things were slightly misaligned, and it felt incongruent in how I was trying to force it to be something that it was not, rather than seeing this beautiful vision as my life as more expansive and free and liberating. And there were more aspects of creation that were coming through, because I know this group of 11 women that are going to join me, they're ready to have this. They're ready to get some skin in the game. And they're ready to know that it's safe to have that much joy, which is one of the things I was looking at. It's okay. I can allow myself to see that it's safe to have this. That was my past experience. It wasn't safe to be seen. I was made wrong for it, and people didn't like what they saw because they wanted what I had. And there was all these stories that were entangled in this big old belief system. So I want to ask you, where are you hiding? Where are you trying to keep yourself safe that no longer serves you? And I know, you know, for me to share my value in the world, just as you do, you have to be willing to be seen and heard. And I don't function from that old place anymore, because I've done a lot of this inner work, this shadow work, this trauma resolution that I'm going to share with you on this 8 weeks, so that you show up in a way that's going to blast you out of your own glass ceilings and get out of your own way and clear the invisible visibility shield, so that the people that are looking for you can see you and find you and pay you well, if not more than you think you're worth, because they know how valuable this is. So I want to just leave you with that. I want you to get really, really curious, and invite yourself to get very curious. Have that beginner's mind, because curiosity is faith energy. It's grace energy. It's love. It's creation. It's all of that good, beautiful stuff. Yay, Michelle. Yeah, and you know, if you were on my feed the other day, I was saying, you know, look at what's right about this, and what's the next thing that you're being drawn to. What are the things that are waiting for you to expand into by giving yourself permission to say yes? And start with curiosity. You know, instead of going, oh my God, I don't know how to do that, and I don't know where I'm going, get really excited about that. You know, when I got divorced and I lost my business, and I found out that my life wasn't what I thought it was, because I'd been blindsided and I was too busy project managing and crisis managing. When I finally got through all the craziness of getting divorced and what it felt like to be liquidated and sequestrated and have nothing, I had to get curious about, how do I want to shape my life now? How do I want to live into my life now? And how do I get to serve in a greater world that was bigger than what I was currently creating at? You know, that's the set point. And it's always back to being in choice And I talked a lot about that last night when I did reclamation, when we started to look at how we wanted to create going on in this completion phase of the 9 energy and into a new energy of a new 9 cycle under this beautiful full moon. So if you missed that, don't worry about it. We'll be doing it again. But how do you want to live your life? Where do you see yourself going forward in the next year or so? That's going to really set you up with solid foundations, that no matter what gets thrown at you, you are solid in your focus, in your vision of who you are, and you can receive the gift of who you're being as this beautiful, bright, shining light that your child parts never forgot. You came into this world to give that and receive everything, because you are joy and you are love and you are happiness and you are abundant. You were that the first day you moved into this body, into this world, when you came out of the birth canal. So how can you start off 2017 off strong? Sign up for the Gifted Life Project. It's only $3.97. There is a payment plan. And if you're still sitting on the fence, sign up for the free the free series that I'm giving, where I'm going deep into some of the tools we touched on last night, where you have the opportunity to start to examine with a beginner's life, the curious mind, to look at what inspired action am I going to take that are going to give you more confidence and more resilience to be the player of your life, to be the co-creator of your life. You're not a spectator. You're not a quitter. Choose and commit to that. Choose and commit until you have got that so ingrained in you that it's part of your true nature. And what would it look like if you actually allowed yourself to have some fun, the curiosity of a child, to look at, oh my God, look at that, and oh, look at that, and lean into the things that light you up and get you excited, and allow yourself to cut yourself some slack. And join in this beautiful experiential process. You're going to get workbooks. You're going to get little daily prompts. If you signed up for reclamation, you're going to get 5 or 6 days worth of prompts that you actually get to deepen this exploration, deepen the curiosity, and follow your dreams, because now's the time to live into what you came here to do. You know, the universe doesn't wait for you. The universe is saying, hey, it's time to respond. It's time to act now. And I want you to go out and do that and be equipped and have the training and the support for you to do that. And that's what the Gifted Life Project is going to do. You're going to start your first 8 weeks off of the year. We start February the 1st. It's only $3.97 or 2 payments of $2.20. And you're going to get the best that up until now I have only had and given to my private one-on-one facet clients. You know, I want you to have this because the world needs you and what only you have to give to the world. So come on, the world's waiting. The world is waiting for you. And I can't wait to see what your gifts are going to be. So if that interests you, check out the Gifted Life Project. We start 1st of February. And if you're wanting to ease into that slowly while you have some slow time, if you're taking time off over the holidays, get into the reclamation process and get your little daily gifts. All you have to do is show up. What's that going to be worth to you to know that you don't have to wait until you got everything sorted out? Take a step. Have a little faith in yourself. Have a little faith in yourself. You got this. And you don't have to do it alone. I would be honored for you to walk near me, by me, with me. Come and play. 11. Power numbers. We're in a 1 cycle. This is for 11 women ready to take their lives to the next level. And I know, you know, I'm just wondering. Get curious, lean in, see, is this what I have been asking for? If this is the sign you've been asking for, go see, go explore, go read about it. Phone me, book a clarity session. Let's see if this is a fit for you. And if it isn't, what else I have that would be supportive of meeting you where you are at and getting you to live into your gifted life and make great money, create your own economy, and be happy and joyful because you're showing up aligned with your purpose-driven life. You know what you're here to do, and nothing is going to stop you. Okay, I love you lots. I have a client flying in from Cape Town in a few seconds. I got to dash off to the car train to fetch her. I'll give you a quick peek if you'd like to see, to have a look at my little Christmas tree. You know, what a gift. What gifts are you going to give to yourself from choice and creation, choice and creation, choice and creation? You know, the twinkly lights are in the tree. I know I moaned and bitched a couple of days ago about how I didn't want to put the tree up. But you know what? When I got in the zone and I allowed my mind to go into the vision of how I want to see my life as this beautiful, twinkly, lighted Christmas tree, everything changed. Everything changed. Go and have a beautiful day. There's my Christmas tree. And I always say, you might see my bookcase. I love books. And that's part of my training. Read one book a day, and your whole life will change. Obsess about one thing that you're ready to get into that practice and make the mistakes and show up. And if you were on the 7-day challenge, we did the read and recite and role play until you know it like the back of your hands. That's the training of life that gets you to start to tap into your gifts. And then you go out and you create, because your mistakes are made. There are no mistakes. They're just possibilities to learn from that. So that is my Christmas tree. That is me signing off. Here's Talia sitting on the couch, and there's Blue. I love my blue boy. What are you doing here still? Go. You have a life. Go have a great life. Cheers. Happy Thursday. What are you going to choose and create today? And what's right about you that you're not getting? Love you guys. See you soon. Post your comments and questions. Share this with a friend that if you know somebody that is looking for this. Tell them about the Gifted Life Project, and let's get together and create freaking phenomenal, awesome, unfuckwithable fabulosity as only you can when you're in your true nature. All right, bye.